This video is sponsored by Deck Quest from Garage Sofa Games. Please stay tuned after the theory to see more of this awesome no-rules card game, or just find their link in the description below. The biggest unsolved mystery in The Corpse Bride is why Emily turned into butterflies at the end of the film. I mean, she was already living in a place called the Land of the Dead, so why didn't she just go back there? Well, let's roll up our sleeves and take a closer look. To go through all the details we can, the first thing I want to tackle is why Emily's body stayed buried in the woods. We see two people die in this film, Mayhew and Lord Barkis. Mayhew gets crushed by the carriage he's driving, and we have no clue what becomes of his body after that. But Lord Barkis drinks poison, and we're shown that his body just transitions to the blue coloring of the dead, yet he remains in his physical body. There's no corpse left behind for people to find. That does make it very puzzling, since Bojangles speaks about Emily as if she's been a long-term resident of the Land of the Dead. So we have one of two options to explain this. Either Emily got up out of her grave and took herself to the Land of the Dead, then later came back to the Land of the Living to wait for a suitor, or in this universe, the body and spirit can separate themselves. Let me try to clarify that last part. It's possible that Emily left her body buried so that she could continue to wait for her true love to find her, but her soul went on to the Land of the Dead, and when Victor appeared spouting off wedding vows, it was like a doorbell to call Emily back to her physical body. Once in that physical body, she was able to take herself and Victor back to the Land of the Dead. It's weird, but it has potential to work. That explanation also helps to cover why there are living things able to enter the Land of the Dead. We see the maggot and a number of Black Widow spiders hanging around there, and they certainly appear to be alive. Not to mention, the Land of the Dead residents are decaying and going from regular looking people that have blue skin to complete skeletons. And we see the spiders fix up Victor's suit, and a dead man snip some of Victor's hair, and these changes continue to exist in the Land of the Living. So if the Land of the Dead was just a place for souls to hang out, we would not be seeing things like this. Which means dying in this world allows you to travel to a physical location, like a different dimension, very similar to Halloween Town or Christmas Town in The Nightmare Before Christmas. All of the holiday worlds find a way to interact with our normal world, but there's some unknown rules or limitations that prevent these other realms from taking over the real world. I suspect it's the same issue with the Land of the Dead, and hey, who's to say? The Land of the Dead might be like a subdivision of Halloween Town. Another detail I'd like to examine is that when Victor and Emily go to the Land of the Living using the Ukrainian haunting spell, I found it very, very interesting that Victor left footprints in the snow while Emily did not. Even while dancing in the snow, Emily doesn't leave a single print behind. So oddly enough, even though Emily arrives on screen by reanimating her own corpse, her return to the Land of the Living turns her into a ghost, or at least something similar. Now, despite all of this, it's strongly implied that Emily is inhabiting her body during the big wedding segment. Not only does she physically interact with more objects, but she also takes a sword to the chest to save Victor. Interestingly enough, when Emily transforms into hundreds of little butterflies, they look exactly like the butterfly that Victor releases at the start of the film. Well, these butterflies are white to represent purity and peace, but you can see that they're otherwise identical. Victor studied the butterfly, drew its likeness, learned from it, then let it go. He did what was right for the butterfly so that it could live and not die under glass or be pinned to a board for display purposes. Similarly, Victor learned from Emily to relax around women, be more decisive, and Emily learned from Victor how to love and let go, even when you don't really want to. Emily released him so that Victor wouldn't die due to her captivity, her interference of nature. She learned what she needed to, and she set him free. all of these ideas come together at the end. The land of the dead is really a holding cell, kind of like a purgatory for people who don't know what to do with themselves after they die. They're afraid to move on, they're not sure what to do yet, they're waiting on someone, or they have unfinished business. Whatever the case may be, that's why the land of the dead isn't very populated, considering how many people have surely died by this point in history. So all these dead people are going to a physical place to wait, and some never quite figure it out as they rot away to skeletons. But the lucky ones, like Emily, accomplish everything that they need, then get to go forward from this purgatory to whatever is next on their journey. Symbolically, butterflies are commonly associated with souls, so Emily turning into butterflies is a representation of her soul getting carried away. But, judging by the era and the village, Emily would also be a Christian, logically. In this case, the butterflies would then symbolize a resurrection, which, if you have a good eye for detail, you'll notice that the butterfly that Victor released appears to them when they first re-enter the land of the living. It's a sign that Emily has been resurrected in that moment. And at the end, the butterflies appear to show us that Emily's heart will live on. It will be resurrected through the union of Victor and Victoria. Okay guys, don't click away. I'm really excited to show off Deck Quest by Garage Sofa Games. We had such a good time playing this game. I was on the worried side at first that I wouldn't get how to cope with a card game that didn't have any rules, but after a few turns it's like, oh okay, I got this. You need 2 players, then it's whatever you want. My husband foolishly agreed to be the game master, and since there are no rules, my tween and I basically got to troll him for the entire game and challenge everything he wanted us to do. So, instead of trying to explain the fun we had playing Deck Quest, let me show you our highlights reel instead. I have the entire mini campaign up on the Fangirl if you want to see more, or just go straight to Garage Sofa Games and get a copy of this game for yourself. All the links are in the description below.
But there's like paintings on the walls, like coat
Flip
hooks.
all the paintings. Look for treasures.
What?
Oh my goodness.
People hide safes.
Alright, so
Check the eyes. Stab them if you have to. Someone might be hiding.
you all are checking for stuff?
Yay!
No, I'm stabbing eyes. I got an 11. Alright, so I got an 11, so I'm going to do 10 damage to him and kill him. Do I get to keep him as a pet now? Thank
No,
you.
he's dead.
No, he's dead. He's gone.
You
He's
can try
dead.
to drag his carcass around, but it'd be really heavy, and I'm not going to help you. 'cause
Okay.
you're dead.
Wait. I skin him for another cloak.
Okay, so these are the items.
Wait, can you do that? Because that does seem fair.
What?
Can you skin him and make a cloak for an extra item?
You could skin him, but that stuff is... He's undead. That stuff's rotting flesh. It's not going to do anything.
Could I loot his body and see if he's eaten any gold?
There, that's what you get off of him.
I got dragon's blood.
That's fair.
That's hilarious.
Fair, yeah. I'll step into the next area, which is entitled That Room with the Guy in the Bear Costume.
Is it Pedo Bear?
Oh god. Okay. I want to skin the bear.
I'll help him skin the bear. Give me the die, I'll find out if we're successful.
It's just...
Not the suit off of him, we're gonna skin him. And
You're
make
going
a
to take
purse.
the bear costume off of him and cut his human flesh off.
We're gonna make
Well,
purses.
actually, it doesn't say if he's human or not. It just says the guy in the bear suit.
I need a satchel to hold my elder bow. Give me the die.
Well, that's all I have for now, but this video's not quite over yet. We're expanding, so I have to plug our other channels. Total, we have the Fangirl, dealing primarily with movies and shows, Say Halo Goodbye Gaming, and the Fangirl Family Vlogs. Links are in the description, and we would love to see you at all 3 channels. Okay, I think that's it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed enough to like, subscribe, and share this video. We have tons of material across our various channels that you are fully encouraged to go check out. And if somehow you can't get enough of me, please connect with me on Instagram at sayhalogoodbye or Twitter at _Fangirl.